Well, hello there, YouTube. My goofy, my remote, it turned on, then it turned right back off again. So I'm in Chehalis grabbing some stuff at Wally World. But anyway, it's been a while since I rode the old iron. I did a little vlogging on the way out here. Actually, I did a whole vlog before I realized I had the screen protector, the lens hood on the GoPro the whole time. That's one of the bad things about using the remote. But luckily, I can. I say luckily, I didn't notice it for 15-16 minutes. I can see my reflection in the kicking back off of the Spyder. I look down and I go, usually I see a reflection back from the lens. All I seen was a black hole. I reached up and to my shot. So bitch, I've never taken the damn hood off. I'll leave it on until I get to a certain point. I don't want to be driving like through Toledo, the same areas all the time. I try to minimize it, although I've taken you through here God knows how many times. Man, I thought I was just having a hay fever attack. I better not be catching a cold. I'm gonna be really upset. There seems to be a thing going on this winter at work where a cold starts, passes through, everybody gets it, they get over it, and then it starts rolling back around again. Obviously it's a different strand or something. But nevertheless, they keep cycling through. I've only got one cold this year. But what I'm thinking is hay fever may be more. It's probably not the smartest thing to be driving at 74% humidity at 56 degrees up in this mountain. Not that you can tell with the camera set in super view. That's the hills where I ride around those houses where the old dog jumps out of the bush in the turn. So my plan was, I thought it was going to get up to like 60 or something today. I have in my pocket. But I was just going to wear my old Yamaha blue jean, or denim, it's not blue jean. My old denim jacket. I was even pondering my fingerless gloves, but the highest they got to I seen at the house was 55.8. But at the end of my last vlog, I was touching on us losing five of our 12 chickens. I was thinking about that when I was in the store. It had to either happen, you know, sometime during the night or sometime early this morning. But Kelly goes out to feed her horses and whatnot. I was thinking, man, she's gone for a long time. And I'm about ready to, you know, she's gone a long time. You know, she's around horses and stuff. They're tame and all, but you just never know. There's a lot of mud out there, you know. She could slip and conk her head, or you just never know what can happen in life. But so anyway, about the time I'm about ready to get up and go check on the little woman, she comes busting in. She goes, I could have been laying dead out there and you'd have never known. That's what I was just thinking about. I've been thinking you've been gone a while. I didn't pay attention what time she went out, but I was thinking you were gone a while. I literally was just pondering to myself, I need to go check on you. It seemed like you've been gone a while. She goes, yeah. She goes, I've been chasing a chicken. And the little black lab shepherd Siberian husky mix, Abby, I think I've shown her in a couple of videos. Of course, the chicken runs across the field. The chicken must be chased. She said it was quite comical there a couple of times because she just had a mouthful of feathers. She thought that was great fun to chase that chicken. and try to tackle it down. So she gathers up the chicken, and it was all scared and cold, and she stuck her inside her Carhartt coat, and she said the chicken was hugging her and everything else. It was so glad somebody saved it. So, you know, in the morning, you know, most of them are in their little coop, their little house, you know. So she doesn't think anything of it. She lets it inside the cage, and it goes running around and goes into its little home, you know. And she can hear the other chickens in there. So that's when she came in to tell me, you know, that we got a problem. One of the support beams on the corner of the big old pen, Bella, the kind of brown horse, mostly brown, she almost looks maroon. She loves to scratch against things, you know, so you gotta watch her, you know, she'll knock things over. Well, apparently the bottom of that post had rotted, and she pushed the bottom corner of the chicken coop in, and when it did, it allowed an opening in the chicken wire. So we'll go out there and analyze what we got. Hey, I think I've mentioned this in videos. I never know what I put on because there's so much I don't put on. But a guy ruined a Spyder belt, had a rock hole in it, some weird wear and whatnot on it. And I was going to throw that belt away. I said, you know what? I'm going to keep that thing. If this guy doesn't want it. So I asked the customer, I said, you want this old belt? And he goes, what the hell am I going to do with it? It's no good, is it? So no, I said, I have an idea for it. I said, if this is of any use to you, you might keep it. He goes, what's that? I said, use it as like a strap or something. You know, for like a hinge on a gate on a farm or something. And he goes, I would never do something like that. So anyway, let me have his old belt. That thing's been sitting in the shop for probably a year better now. And I used that strap to repair. I won't go into all the details, but anyway, I did a repair, and because the bottom of the post is too rotten to fix to anything, it's got a big chunk of, looks like a 12 by 12 underneath it, and it's tied to this kind of a piece of a railroad tie looking thing with pieces of Spyder belts. Let me tell you, I thought I could get some bolt cutters and cut that thing. Nope. Tried to use some tin snips and cut that thing. Nope. Finally used a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade on it, and even at that, it was hell to get through it. You smell rubber burning and probably breathing Kevlar fibers in that'll, you know, kill me at some point. But anyway, chopped that belt up into pieces, and found another problem where there's a part of the horse's fence that's tied to, which literally is a railroad tie. You can still see the cleat or plate marks in it. Well, it's about mid-span, and it's strong enough that you can tie, you know, fencing to it. Well, I never paid attention to it, but there was like some 2x6s that the fence was actually attached to, and then the 2x6 was attached to the railroad tie. Why? I don't know. For whatever reason, you know, I didn't do that. It was the previous owner that done it. Anyway, that railroad tie is starting to break down itself, and the nails and stuff that were holding this 2x12 is starting to pull out. I was wondering why that fence was getting loose over there. So anyway, yet again, the old Spyder belt come in handy. Wrapped it around that 2x12, pulled it in, and I used some Spyder, you know, all them bolts. Oh, you didn't see it because the time lapse died. But there's a whole bunch of bolts you take out of a Spyder crate, and these bolts are in perfect shape. We use these kind of things around the farm all the time. It's like $8 for a box of 50 of them or something, you know. So a couple of Spyders I put together this year, the new crates for 2015. I've been throwing them in a box, and the box got full. I took that home, you know. These things just get thrown in the trash. So use that to go through the through the belt and into the railroad tie, and well, the wood may eventually rot and come apart, but nothing's going to pull that strap off of that thing. I don't think that belt will live forever, literally forever. But anyway, I knew I'd have a use for that belt, and I was thinking of, you know, some kind of a fence repair or something, because I mean, these Kevlar belts, nothing can hurt them. A rock going through it with a belt that is insanely tight when it's properly adjusted. A belt, you know, over thousands of miles will push its way through finally break down the Kevlar, and once it gets a hole in it, then of course the belt becomes like a chain. It's only as strong as its weakest link. Well, a rock hole in Kevlar is a weak link. But anyway, I thought you guys might think that was cool to use the Spyder belt to do some farm fixing. And the screws I used to hold the belt were out of crates, out of 2015 Spyders. So, a very busy morning. The whole time I'm like dying of hay fever. I woke up, you know, excuse me, sorry about that. I woke up, you know, sneezing. You know, my typical hay fever thing. Every once in a while, Kelly's cats will come into the bedroom, and she says that, you know, she's woke up in the middle of the night and there's a damn cat laying across my face. Well, I'm allergic as hell to cats. So I figured, you know, one of the cats must have sometime during the night got up on the bed. I must sleep real light or something, and something bumps on the bed, and it usually alerts me. But you know what's funny about that? You know, it's when Kelly's asleep, I sleep real light. When she's up and moving around, she could, you know, a plane could crash into the house and I wouldn't wake up. She'll bring the dogs in the wintertime to feed them. She's got a little area that, you know, they get their little bowls and they all come and eat. Well, they all just freaking out, you know, screaming and hollering, bouncing off the walls. And of course, they're all excited, you know, they're all full of energy. They've been sleeping all night. Well, I think they do. I think they're hunting all night. But anyway, you know, they make a bunch of noise, barking and crying. And she goes, I don't know how. She goes, you can sleep through anything, but yet a cat can jump on the bed and wake me up in the middle of the night when she's asleep. You guys do that? It's really weird. I'll sleep the deepest when she gets up in the morning than I will any other time. And I never go to sleep before her, so I'm a hoot owl. I stay up to all hours of the night and morning. But I don't know, maybe it's just that instinctive, you know, you're on guard thing or something, you know, because she truly can sleep through anything. And you know, if something went bump in the night, it's not going to wake her up. It will sure wake me up. So it's been God almighty, back to the glare in the sunglasses. So anyway, that's a little tidbit of what's been going on the little farm at the smokehouse. I'm sure that's just boring as hell to you. You're like, wow, he really just did a vlog about fixing a chicken fence? The reason I bring it up is I thought you'd think it was cool that I used motorcycle parts to fix a chicken fence on a farm. Maybe I'll have to, that'll probably be getting too dark when I get home, but I'll sneak out there and take some pictures of it. You guys will get a chuckle out of that. But anyway, on that note, I'm gonna slip out on you, trying to burn some miles here and get home, because I'm afraid I might be getting a cold. And that's where the helicopter was picking up the Christmas trees, if you've ever stumbled across that video from way back when. goes, good Lord, when was that? 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. But anyway, I'm gonna get some, try to get, I got some arrangement things going on here. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll talk at you later on. Welcome back to the old iron. I don't know how long it's been since I rode it, but anyway, we'll see ya. Bye-bye now.